Hey guys, this is Sean. I'm over here in Spring Valley. This is a suburb of eastern San Diego County. This shopping center, I want you to look at all the roadway markings. You see how a lot of these markings, they're faded away? So look to your left, right now where that white car is coming up on us. That's a stop line. You're supposed to stop there. It's faded away. You can barely tell that it says stop. And then over here, we're coming up on another stop line. Not a stop sign, but a stop line. So you're supposed to stop. Look at, you can barely see it. You can barely see that it says stop. And I'm going to actually make a point out of this. You see these yellow markings here? They need to be repainted, you guys. You can barely tell that it's yellow. And if you're on the road like right now with all this traffic, it's a lot harder to tell, but on camera, you might be able to see a lot better. Here's an arrow right now, indicate right. Let's see if we can find any other roadway markings that need to be fixed. Okay, right here to, okay, I just passed it. Let me do a U-turn. Guys, you see my windshield, all these bugs on it? If you ever work surveillance, your manager will get totally pissed off at you. Make sure you clean your windows. But because I know how patient you guys are on this channel, I know that you'll tolerate this. So look at, right in front of me is a stop line. You could barely see it, you guys. And if you didn't know that it was there, you might be inclined just to run through it. Let's see if we can find anything else. All right, here's Chase Bank. Okay, so right now there's these broken white delineator lines. You can barely tell right now. Although the lines you could kind of tell, but right now it's very hard to tell that there's lines. Let's see if we can see anything else. A lot of these stall markings, they're not painted well. Some people might believe that it's part of the roadway, that they just keep going straight. Here, another stop line. Again, you can hardly tell. Car on the left is going to go. Car on the right, look at, on the right, not the car on the right, but the line on the right, it's almost non-existent. Okay, we are now back. So we talked about the roadway markings, how they were fading away. And when a roadway marking fades away, guests on the property might lose that sense of direction. These roadway markings help them travel throughout the roadway. And most of the time, private property is not governed by your state vehicle code. However, the laws can obviously vary, but most of the time it's not governed. But as a client, well, as a property owner, you do have a duty of care of the visitors on your property. You have to make sure that your property is safe for everybody. And making it safe means drawing in or painting in the appropriate roadway markings. When we have marking stalls that are obsolete, the paint is fading away, roadway directions are gone, the stop lines is fading away, guests tend to lose their sense of direction, and what can end up happening is a crash. Okay, somebody could end up crashing into somebody else. Had it not been for the paint fading away, they would have got a sense of direction and not crashed. I mean, that's a legal argument. By the way, guys, I'm talking legal argument, or I mention these words. I'm not an attorney. It's not legal or professional advice. This is just my personal opinion. Please consult with an attorney. Some of you might be arguing with me already and saying, hey, Sean, I'm a private security company owner, but I'm not contracted to look for any roadway hazard. That's not my job. That's not what I contracted for. Well, if I evaluate your contract, and I've read quite a bit of contracts in the past, if I read it, I could probably make a good argument that you did contract to look for hazards. Just depends on the language. I've read quite a bit of contracts, and I could find something in that contract. If I can't, the next thing that I'm going to do is look at the job description for your private security officer. There's a good chance that under duties, that part of the duties of as a private security officer, part of the duties that you delegate to your security staff are to locate hazards on the property and notify the appropriate responsible person for that. So I might not find it in the contract, but I will probably certainly find it in the job description for your security officer. Okay, so that's the catch. My recommendation is this, that you have a briefing with your security staff, and please forward this video to your supervisory staff, forward the video to your line level staff, owners of the company. This video is especially helpful to them. So as a private security officer, this is what I would do. If I saw that the roadway markings started fading away, I would, if I'm line level staff, I would obviously forward the issue to my supervisor, and then the supervisor to a manager. So if I'm the manager, I am going to notify the client through email or through some way, shape, or form of writing, however I normally communicate to the client, but we want to stick with a writing form, and tell them, hey, on this date, this time, we observed that the roadway markings on this part of the property were fading away. As a result of the stop line fading away, a visitor on the property or a guest on the property may not know when to stop, and as a result, this client could end up crashing into another client. I'm sorry, this visitor or this guest could end up crashing into another visitor or guest or a pedestrian on the property and cause serious bodily injury or even property damage. Something to that effect, you guys. Maybe not be so direct, but you have to let them know. And you want to suggest to them, and I suggest that the roadway markings be repainted as soon as possible to prevent a collision or to prevent a liability for that client. Because this is what's going to happen. Somebody's going to end up crashing. They're going to blame property management. A lawsuit, your client. A lawsuit is going to begin. The client is going to lose. The client, who, by the way, when you did your bids, this was your low budget client. Okay, your low budget client is going to be lower budget. They're going to be here, okay, with their reserves. They're almost not going to have any money left, and they're going to end up suing you as a private security company for negligence. What is a negligence? Well, as a private security company, you have a duty of care of looking for hazards on the property. And as a result of you not pointing out the hazards, in particular, the roadway markings were becoming obsolete. These two people or these two parties on the property crashed. Okay? Had it not been for you identifying the issue, this would have not happened. That's what happens, you guys, in the real world. Now, is it a long shot? Probably. How can we avoid this? A simple email, okay, a simple written notice, you guys. Even text messages, they're not bad. If you could send a text message to the client and they put a thumbs up emoji or okay, we'll take care of it, I would screenshot that and print it out with the date stamp as well. At least use that. So hope this video helps, you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Please, in the comment section below, let us know of any other hazards on the property that you think are issues. You think that private security should acknowledge and should report to the client. It's not just roadway markings, but there's certainly other things. So looking forward to dialogue, everybody. Take care.